Ahoy, shipmates! Not quite sure what this vessel is here. It's over on Cowes Cam, just over outside the entrance to Cowes, River Medina. Let's have a look, see what if we can work out what that is. No, it's not that ship. I think it might be Volpe. Let's have a look. Let's have a look, see if we can see what that is. Very windy out there, I've noticed. There's red jets.
VTS, ready, Eagle, hook out.
Looking bright out there. The sun's come out eventually.
Ready, Eagle, VTS, that's understood, thank you.
It's not Volpe. Oh, of course, it's prolific, isn't it? Why didn't I just read the name off the stern? That would have been easy, wouldn't it? Idiot boy. Idiot captain, I should say. Ah, there we go. There we go. So, a quick look on the map. So there's Prolific. She's a tall ship sail training boat. So there'll be some people on having some training on board there. Oh, let's go back to the other white camera. Yeah. Looks like, I think she's dropped anchor at the moment. I don't see her moving. There's no sails up. And typically it's quite difficult to hold station on a yacht. Oh no, she might be moving forwards now. No, I think she's on the move again. Maybe she was putting her fenders down ready for mooring in Cowes, potentially. Well, anyway. Easily distracted, it's the captain. In case you're wondering, shipmates, I am the captain of the Solent Ships YouTube channel, broadcasting to you live and direct from the port of Southampton. There we go. Get the banner in nice and early today. No one was expecting that. Right, we have just one departure today, and that is the Aurora. She's due away any moment now. She's already called in with some numbers. In fact, Aurora's only off on a little tiny 3-day jaunt. 3-day jaunt to Bruges, if I remember correctly. So departs Port of Southampton, and then a day at sea. Then Bruges, and then back to the Port of Southampton. So we'll see her again in a few days' time. I'm trying to find where my info's gone. Where's my info gone? There it is. Yeah. But we've already had the numbers. She already called in. She said she's ready to go at 4:30. I'm surprised, frankly, looking at the conditions out there. It's very choppy out on the Solent Sky. I think that's because we've got quite a stiff breeze going on at the moment, gusting to around 23 knots with a steady breeze of 17.2. So I'm half expecting Aurora to be requesting tugs around that sort of speed, wind speed, but I don't see any up that way. She's at the end of port, and there she is. Anyway, she's called in with numbers. And the pilot read them off very quickly, but luckily the chap at VTS also didn't have time to write them down, so we got them repeated. She departs with 1,955 passengers, which is somewhere basically halfway between maximum double occupancy and maximum occupancy, and a complement of 840 crew, which is about a full complement of crew.
Red on spray VTS, that's all covered. There's no reported outbound traffic. Next vessel away from Southampton is the Aurora from 106 berth, due away at 16:30. Slightly later.
Oh, she's slightly delayed. Okay, I didn't hear that on the radio. There is the Red Falcon. She's had a replacement Voigt Schneider drive.
VTS Aurora.
Oh, here's the Aurora. She's down that way.
Aurora
somewhere.
VTS. We just got a slight delay. We just 30 passengers adrift, so we might have to give you some new numbers as well. VTS, that's all understood. Thank you.
30 passengers adrift. That is careless, isn't it? Must be a coach then. Well, let's go back to the Isle of Wight, and we'll look at Prolific. Yeah, I'm not. No, if she was at anchor, she should be displaying an anchor shape.
Martina VTS.
And I assume yachts are normally very good at following the rules, and especially training yachts. So I'm
VTS, all copy. Thank you.
So if she was at anchor, there should be a anchor shape at the top of the mast. But I can't see the top of the mast, so I don't know if she's at anchor or not. But it looks like she's anchored, doesn't it? It's not going very far. Oh, poor old wind's blowing the old Cowes Cam about. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Red Falcon, she is down here. She had a Voigt Schneider drive replaced, so currently the ferry service is down to just 2 ferries. On their summer timetable is normally 3 ferries. See the old flags blowing away there. Yeah, see the wind is from the southeast, which is an unusual direction. Normally it's from the southwest or very occasionally the north and northeast, but southeast is unusual, which I think is why Netlycam is giving us a rock-steady picture, because it's sheltered in that direction. And I think southwest is not too bad. It's when the wind comes from the west, it really makes it wobble. Look at that, that's excellent from Netley. That's the view from Port Cam. It's started off rather dark this morning, but the sun's come out this afternoon. The weather has picked up. What was the temperature? Temperature is 13 degrees centigrade. Yeah, I was out in the Iron Horse earlier, and definitely this morning it was definitely on the chillier side. Itchingham.
VTS, Aston.
Itchingham is still offline.
Aston VTS 7.
Afternoon again, all finished with the Globus safety back to our berth on 37.
VTS all copied, thank you.
And that's HMS Blazer there in the background.
VTS, Mercurius finished the Globus safety back to 44.
Blasting off.
Juice VTS all copied, thank you.
I was hoping to get down to Itchin. Yeah, I've got to replace the cable. I bought a new cable to replace a cable when I'd accidentally ordered the wrong size. And I bought another cable and went down
Challenger VTS, good afternoon.
to replace it, and that's the wrong connector. So and they're only open on Wednesday afternoon, so it's been a bit of a challenge. Oh, hello, what's that coming past? That looks a bit useful, doesn't it? It looks very speedy. You can tell how windy it is out there. It's only got a small amount of sail up.
With Challenger VTS, that's all copied. The next vessel away from Southampton is the Aurora on 106 berth. Was due away at 16:30, however, has been delayed slightly.
Yeah, the Aurora's up there behind the big tent. But anyway, so tomorrow I can't get down to the sailing club because I'm off on Ambassador Ambition. She's in tomorrow. I've got a little ship visit tomorrow and a little soiree up the Spinnaker Tower. In fact, at the moment, the other ship that's in, there's a big red funnel steaming past. What's quite funny in the summer when it's really busy outside Cowes, the ferries come and go, and sometimes they do let rips with the horns if somebody's in the way. Aha, there you go, Prolific's in the way. I think she was just putting the fenders out. So she's going to dock in Cowes. I think if it was me, I would have had those head fenders a little higher rather than dragging in the water like that. Got behind a tree. Oh yes, I can't get down to it. Yes, that's right. Yes, I was going to show it on the map. Yeah, so on the map in Portsmouth at the moment is the Ambience, the Ambassador Ambience. She doesn't depart till 7 o'clock. We may or may not see it, depending how long Aurora's delayed for, and depending if they find the passengers. 30 passengers is quite a lot to go missing. Sounds like a coach load, I would say. Also, we had a passenger missing yesterday. We think in the end we worked out. It was a little unclear on the radio that there was an 80-year-old passenger missing. And we suspect, I don't know, but I suspect that she managed to get on the ship without scanning a card, or the card didn't scan properly or something. So they basically had one passenger missing, but they knew she was on board. They just needed to find her to make sure. I think that was the general consensus opinion there. It was about a 30-minute delay trying to find her. Circus Extreme is in town. Yeah, so tomorrow for my ship visit, this is where the Ambassador Ambition will be moored here. And then the evening party where they light up the Spinnaker Tower purple will be here. And I think I'll be able to get a view of the Ambition from the Spinnaker Tower as she leaves. It should be interesting.
VTS Aurora.
Aurora's back on the radio again.
Aurora VTS 7.
Yeah, that's us signaling up now. With your permission to sail, please.
Aurora BTS, you have permission to part 106 berth at 1640. There's no reported traffic to affect you other than the ferry zone.
That's great. And the passenger figures changed from 1955 to 1943 now.
BTS, all copy, thank you.
Oh, they've lost passengers. How does that work then? Don't know what's going on there with the passengers. Very odd. What I will show you quickly, though, I had some information from E&O. There we go. I thought it was quite an interesting little diagram here. It shows you what the ships get up to. So, as you can see, Arvia, she's based in the Fields and Spain and France. Iona, the Fields, Northern European cities, and Spain, Portugal, and Canaries, and that's in the winter. Azura, so this is the one we don't see. Do you know what? I don't think we've ever had Azura on the channel. I mean, I could well be wrong there, but Azura is a fly cruise only. She's based in the Mediterranean, so that's why we don't see her. Britannia, she covers the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, Scandinavia, the fjords, short breaks, and Spain, Portugal, Canaries. Ventura, Mediterranean, short breaks, Spain, Portugal, and Canaries, Spain and France. Arcadia, Discovery, I'm not sure what that is. I think she goes off and does things a long way away. British Isles, the Mediterranean, Northern Europe, Norway, and Iceland. Short breaks, Spain, Portugal, Canaries, Northern America, and Canada. And then Aurora, who we're seeing today. Again, Discovery, Mediterranean, Northern Europe, Norway, and Iceland. Short breaks, Spain, Portugal, and the Canary Isles. And the other thing I was going to show you on here. Can't never find the information you need it, can you? There was anyway. I was going to find some information that highlighted when the cruise ships that are adult only would be entertaining children on board. Let's see if I can find that. I think that was sort of useful. No. Can never find it when I need it, can I? Anyway, never mind. Some of the adult-only ships on P&O are now entertaining children on board during the school holidays, and I think it was starting this year. That was the information I was trying to find. All their shipmates in the chat. I've forgotten about you, shipmates. Were there Georgina Stevenson or were there Sue Hawks?
VTS, Red Jet 6, all the way from Town Quay for Counts, please.
Were there Thomas?
Red Jet 6 VTS, you have permission to part Town Quay at 1644, and there's no reported traffic other than the ferry zone.
That's all copy, thanks very much, 6.
Hi there, Simon Bolton. Hi there, Carol Finnis. And hi there, Raymond Morris. And hi there, Lulu. Hi there, Sussex Rail Enthusiast. Says, how was the Basta ship visit, Captain? No, it's tomorrow. Ship visit is tomorrow. All is good for tomorrow. I shall get down there bright and early so I can drone the ship as she comes in. I made the mistake a couple of weeks ago. I was all planning to drone her as she came in. It was going to be a Sunday and the weather looked perfect. It was no wind, going to be slightly bright. Absolutely perfect conditions. She was due in at 8 o'clock in the morning, so it takes me about 45 minutes to get down to Portsmouth. So I thought, no problem. I'll get up at 6 o'clock. I'll give enough time to get down to Portsmouth for sort of 7, which should be enough time, I would have thought. But when I was up at 6, I looked on the vessel services map and discovered that she was close enough to Portsmouth that I didn't think it was going to work. And I was right. 45 minutes later, at 6:45, she was already docked. So I plan to get down there bright and early. We'll send those ads. Paul from Solent Ships Voyages. He's now taking bookings on P&O for 2028. They've just opened up the pre-booking, so if you are interested in 2028 on P&O, just drop Paul a line and he'll be able to pre-register you. He's just sending out some prices here for Aurora. These look quite interesting. I'm just going through these adverts. Ah, yes, this is what I was talking about, the pre-registration. I'll just pop this advert up.
VTS Aurora underway.
Aurora is underway. Hooray.
Aurora VTS understood, thank you.
There we go. That's what I was just saying. So if you are interested in 2028 holiday, and I'm pretty sure, I can't remember what Paul said. I'm pretty sure he said that some of the cheapest cabins are actually already booked. But there was a tier above, slightly above the cheapest, I think, and he said you could still choose your cabin location, which I think was more important. I'm just reading Paul's message. Excellent. You go from Portsmouth in 2028. We can now give you a special discount on Solent Ships Voyages. So contact Paul. I shall be on Ambassador Ambition tomorrow. So we'll see what it's all about. I've never been on an ambassador ship before. Don't know a great deal about them. They sail predominantly from Tilbury in Essex in London on the River Thames. So handy if you live in Essex area, I suppose. Essex, Hertfordshire, Kent even, around that area. Very close to you. And I don't know, and occasionally they sail from Portsmouth as well. Not very many from Portsmouth, but there are some, which is really odd. Because if you look around, actually, I'll show you. I think I can show you. Yes, there you go. At the bottom of the screen there, left-hand side, that purple banner on the lamppost is actually an advertisement for Ambassador, which I sort of me. They've got a advertisement for Ambassador, and they don't even sail from Southampton. But yes, I've never been before, so I'm hoping to learn a lot about Ambassador. And then we'll be able to recommend it to you. In fact, let's have a quick look at that advert. See what it says. What do the billboards say? The billboards say 5% off any sailing. There we go. Aurora is on the move. She is drifting away nicely from the side, so she didn't need any tug support. Anyway, let's put some adverts. So that was generally for P&O. If you're interested in some sample pricing, this is very similar to this cruise. In fact, it's identical. Only 2028. So Aurora is off on a 3-night cruise from Southampton to Zeebrugge, just like this. So you can go and call in at Bruges. Bruges is wonderful. Well worth seeing if you've not been. Inside, starting from $299. Balconies from $379. What else did Paul send over? I think this might be more of one of their discovery themed. We were just looking through the P&O's bump about what is what, and I think maybe this falls into the discovery category. Morocco, Cape Verde, discovery. So that's Southampton, then pops into La Coruna, a couple of days at sea, Madeira.
The Sea Legacy VTS, you're on Southampton to VTS channel 12, over.
A couple of days at sea, then Praia in Cape Verde. See, now this is one of those stops that one of the places I'd like to go that it's not very popular, Cape Verde. St. Vincent in Cape Verde, so 2 stops in Cape Verde, a couple more days to see. Lanzarote, Agadir, Morocco, Casablanca.
Sea Legacy, you are on Southampton VTS channel 12, over.
A couple of days at sea, then back to Port Southampton, starting from 1849 for an inside cabin for 19 nights on board. And in case you're wondering, that is not a tug there. That is, in fact, one of Aurora's lifeboats or rescue boats. And it looks like they've turned off the AIS when it was in the middle of the water. So this is from 8 hours ago. They're obviously testing it. Very
BTS, the global... no, Glovis, that's the one. Safety, I'm fast outside 235.
Safety DTS, all copy, thank you. That's it.
Another interesting itinerary here. Paul's found some juicy ones. Norway, Iceland, and North Cape. That calls in at Greenock. A couple of days at sea. Reykjavik in Iceland. Grundarfjord, Ilsefjord, Akurey. Then cruise Isefjord and Hrissi Island. A couple of days at sea. Honningsvik, cruise by the North Cape. Alta, Tromsø, Trondheim, Kristiansand, Ålesund, and a couple of days back to Port Southampton. That's quite an interesting itinerary, that, isn't it? There's quite a few destinations we haven't seen before. 1st of August in 2028. Coming in at £2,400 per person. £3,500 per person for a balcony. But I think a balcony might be essential for that sort of cruise. Oh, well, the shipmate Philip Walton, it says, good evening, Captain, from lovely Cornwall YouTube channel. Well, thank you, shipmate, for subscribing. Hope you're enjoying today's content. We have the one departure today. She's on the way, Aurora. And the weather, how's the weather doing? The wind is still winding. Currently around 13 degrees centigrade. Visibility, visibility just dropping, just below 20 nautical miles. It still looks pretty clear out there to me. Fortunately, we've got the Circus Extreme tent blocking our view. Oh, there, Johnny B. Oh, there, Ray Morris says, got friends on ambassadorship next year from Bristol. Ah, Bristol, yeah, I don't know where they sail from. I think...
Hello, BTS.
Certainly Tilbury, Portsmouth. I think some of the shipmates said they were also going from Newcastle and maybe Scotland as well. That could be advantage if you don't want that. You don't like travelling too far to get on board. Although it might limit you on itineraries and availability. Here she comes.
Hello, VTS. That's all we see, sir. Thank you.
It's a slightly longer cruise for September. I was just about to say, I think I've sorted out some of my problems, but then it looked like it hiccups then. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't.
We're Challenger, BTS. Cowshot gauge is 4.5, over.
Well, you can see the wind whipping up round the bow there of Ventura, causing the spray around the front. See that?
North Channel, all received, thank you.
Yeah. And usually the wind is coming from the southeast, so it'll be coming from her port side. In case you're wondering, Aurora is 26 years old, built in the year 2000. Does seem like a long time ago, doesn't it now, 2000? 270 metres long, gross tonnage of 76,000 gross tonnes. I think that puts her in either large, small ship category or small, medium. I think I might be inclined to say small, medium. Oh, looks like we've potentially got a couple of waivers up on the top deck there.
BTS, the Apex.
No one up by the sign.
Apex, BTS.
Yeah, afternoon to you. Just lifting off our berth. Just going to test one of our BP monitors just south of the jetty.
Apex, BTS. Yeah, that's all copied, no problem at all, thank you.
I'm not sure what he's testing. It sounded like he said he's testing his beefy monitor. Shipmate Dawn Page. Oh, doing some research. Says Aurora was lost in Southampton, April 2020. April 2020. I suspect I wasn't broadcasting Ships TV back then. So, no, I don't think we've ever had Aurora on the channel. She might have come in during lockdown. I'm not even sure I've droned Aurora. I'll have to take a trip out to the Caribbean, to the Mediterranean and fix that, won't I? Any excuse. If I've missed anyone in the chats, my apologies. I'm sort of busy. Oh, there, Pack Andrew. I missed you. Oh, there, Keris. I might have missed you as well.
Red Osprey VTS, that's all received, sir. Thank you. The Aurora just at pier head, outward bound.
Right. Sort of interesting hidden balconies here. Not always easy to see people on their balconies. She's almost full double occupancy. Oh, sorry.
Red Jet 7 VTS, afternoon again, Suresh, that's all received, thank you. Blade on the 2, cow shot turn there, outward bound, 4 cows. The Aurora, just at pier head, outward bound.
Anyway, there's cruise there for you, information there. If you fancy anything else?
VTS, or as you say, per head out.
Yeah, head out.
Aurora VTS, afternoon, all copied, thank you.
Aurora's got quite an interesting stern. You get a good silhouette here of all the shipmates hanging out on the stern. Well, shipmate Zoot says as EP monitor. He said at the end of the jetty, short for Rocat EP or just water quality monitor. I still prefer the idea that he's had a beefy monitor. Just check out that beefy monitor. See how beefy this line is. See if I can break this line. Yes, no, I think that EP monitor makes more sense, if less entertaining. Yes, Paul and I will be on the Ambassador Ambition tomorrow for a ship visit. Now, if you do have anything you want us to have a look at or any questions you want to ask shipmates, just let us know in the chat now and we'll endeavour to ask. They normally have a sort of Q&A session. You normally get shown around by a knowledgeable crew member. So if you do want to know something, let us know. Shipmate Zoo says, yes, beefy monitor is better. It's amazing what I can miss here on the radio. Oh, what's going on here? What's going on here then? What's going on with Boxcam? Come on, Boxcam. Play along. Just having a little snooze there. There we go. Didn't hear any horns this evening. Shipmate Malden says, Aurora is my favourite ship. Back on July to exotic ports, Liverpool and Newcastle. Nothing wrong with them, shipmates. I think it might actually be quite good arriving at Liverpool by ship. Quite interesting. You're right in the centre of the city there. It was at one point a UNESCO World Heritage Site, Liverpool, because of its really stunning skyline. Reminds me a lot of Chicago.
Yeah, residential, good to meet you.
But then they built a modern building on the shoreline, and then UNESCO said, no, you've lost your World Heritage status, you made it look ugly. Shipmate Dee Dee says the son and daughter-in-law had a lovely Northern Lights cruise last October on Ambition. Oh, right, she goes all the way up there. See, I don't even know where they go, these cruise ships, the Ambassador line. It really is a mystery. Well, I shall learn all about it tomorrow. And then hopefully be plied with a lovely lunch. Sample the cuisine on board. So I'm chuckling at P&O's website. I must make an explanation one day. I sort of gloss over the terms, but where's P&O's website? Here it is. So here's some information on P&O's website. Length, guest capacity, crew members. Yes. Weight, 76,000 tons. Technically, that's not the weight of the ship. That gross tonnage is not a unit of weight. It is a unit of volume of the ship, more specifically. So it's a bit of a misnomer. Generally, it gives you an idea of the size, the physical volume and size of the vessel. So you could have two vessels that are the same length and the same dead weight. You know, if you took them out and put them on a massive, giant set of scales, they'd weigh the same, but their gross weight could be a lot different. Their gross tonnage could be a lot different. But anyway, maybe I'll explain that. It's a bit unnecessarily detailed, but it's easy to trip up on. But it's just amusing that P&O's website even trips up on that as well. Shipmate Dawn Page says it'd be interesting to know about their disabled solo cabins. I know they have a lot of solo cabins. Oh, interesting. Okay, I'll ask about that. I think I've asked about that before on another cruise ship, and they don't have solo disabled cabins because they like to insist that there is somebody with a disabled person to help them. Although I could be imagining that. It was a long time ago. I don't remember which ship it was. Shipmate Eileen says the family and I are spending 42 nights on Ambition in January, February 27th. Round trip Tilbury to the Caribbean. Round trip? 42 nights? Wow, that's fantastic. I mean, it doesn't sound very glamorous when you say Tilbury. I mean, I like Tilbury docks. I like all the commercial aspect of it. But Tilbury to the Caribbean. Excellent. Caribbean. Why, marvellous. 42 nights. They'd be transatlantic twice. I imagine you'd be calling in at quite a few of the islands. Very good. I see. I didn't know that either. Captain is learning something quite interesting today. But okay, Shipmate Dawn Page, I shall ask about that. That's a good question. Paul's put up a schedule. 9:30 arrive at Portsmouth Cruise Terminal. 10 o'clock board Ambition. 10:30 tour of Ambition. 12:30 lunch in the Holyrood restaurants. And 2 o'clock off your trot. So that means we've got a few hours afterwards before we head up the Spinnaker Tower. Well, Shipmate, I started. Yes, we got crew numbers were 840, I think, from memory, if my memory's right. We did have passenger numbers, and then they realised they were 30 short, and they had to recount, and then they discovered they'd counted wrong. I'm really not sure what's going on. It's going to be an odd day. Yesterday they lost an 80-year-old, and today they lost 30 passengers. Looks quite calm here in port, doesn't it? There's no real disturbances on the water. It's quite flat, and that is because the wind is coming from an unusual direction, the southeast. Normally when it comes from the southwest. Normally it comes from the southwest, it gets a chance to blow all the way across here, and it can cause quite a lot of disturbance. But because it's coming from the southeast, it's being blocked by essentially the dock here and all this surrounding infrastructure. Shipmate Jan Cherry Jovi says, just realised that when we go on Aurora, July the 1st, we will be on the other side of the ship from this view, so you won't see our flag. Well, depending on where you're docked, which I imagine you might be at the other end of the port, where this ship, Aurora's just come from, you can always head up to the sign. I will, as you pass by the Red Funnel Ferry Terminal, if you head up to the top of the vessel, and you see where it says Aurora, up the top there. If you fly your flag from up there, I'll be able to see you, and I will look out for you, especially if you drop a little message in the chat. I'll definitely look out for you as you pass the ferry terminal. And then you can pop back in and head down to the buffet afterwards. Oh, the shipmate Francis Scott. Oh, so there's a group of 16 on there for a belated birthday. Oh, it's unable to make it due to work commitments. Oh, that's no good, shipmate. Oh, shipmate. Lisa Sargent says, we booked a disabled junior suite on Ambition in September next year. My brother and I are both disabled, and the only other option was a limited visibility cabin. Oh, I see. You had to book a junior suite. Well, treat yourself. You can still see the wind whistling around the bow there, causing the spray to be on the opposite side of the ship. That's not something we normally see. We might get quite a good view when on Carol's cam when she comes through. I bet the water will be quite choppy in the Solent. Yes, it looks quite choppy. That looks like split 2. Is that split 2? Guessing that's split 2. I could just check if I use my software here. Blade Runner 2. Sorry, Blade Runner 2. I imagine she's probably trying to get into cows. So she carries turbine blades, and they store them. They used to store them in
BTS Aurora, Western Sheffield.
But I think they store them actually now in.
BTS, all copied, thank you.
I think now they actually store them in port here by the near the cruise terminal. A junior suite. Well, I think that sounds useful to you, mate. Shipmate says, says there's a National Geographic ship in Portsmouth soon. That's right, there is. I'd be tempted to go down and drone that. Let's have a look. When is that in? That is in on the 26th. So, what day is that? Is that Sunday? Yeah, Sunday. It's a National Geographic Explorer. Excellent. It's a sort of Arctic vessel with ribs and all sorts of interesting things. So what time does that come in on Sunday? National Geographic Explorer at 6 o'clock in the morning on Sunday. Oh, that means I'd have to be there down in Portsmouth. And then
BTS the Apex, that's our test complete, heading back to the berth.
Oh, he's finished testing his beefy.
Apex VTS, that's all copied, thank you.
He's finished testing his beefy monitor. Yes, Ash, that's 6 o'clock arrival into Portsmouth. That means I would expect potentially an arrival of about 4:45, 4:30, which means I'd have to leave home about 3:30 in the morning to make sure I get. Oh, hello! Look at him fly past on his foiling kite foil surfboard hydroplane thingy bob. Yes, I'd have to leave quite early, but might be worth doing. I'll check on the weather conditions for that. Very interesting vessel indeed. Well, Johnny B. Shipmate Daniel says, can you ask how many disabled cabins the Ambassador cruise ship has on her? I will indeed. I shall ask how many disabled cabins they have. Probably also how many single cabins they have. I know single cabins are a real pain for a lot of people because they do book out really quickly. So probably if you want a single cabin on P&O, I would contact Paul from Solent Ships Voyages and see what's going on, because he might be able to get you on the pre-registry list if they're not already sold out. You can really see the wind whipping round the bow, can't we? That's an unusual view. Well, Johnny B says sound on Netley story fixed. There is no sound on Netley cam. The only sound you ever hear was just a repeat of some pre-recorded noise, so that we don't accidentally hear the club members cursing when they're trying to fix their boats. The only problem with that is the way I was brought using a computer to overlay the images and so on. the Wi-Fi link to the camera is not very stable, and it just goes on and off too often, and then we lose the picture. So I have to go in and reconnect it. It's always when I'm busy or not there or something. So at the moment, it's streaming directly from the camera, hence the no sound. Oh, it's this chap coming back. He is. Look, these are. I'm very impressed. I would like to have a go at this. I'm sure it's beyond my ability, but it just looks fascinating. So he's got a wing sail in his hand, and then his surfboard he's on actually is foiling. Can you see that? Yeah, good view down. He's a little bit fast to keep up with. So he's actually foiling. He's flying on a little wing just out of the water, and he's got an inflatable wing that he holds in the air. He goes faster than I can follow, and they whiz along. It's very mightily impressive, I have to say. But I'd have to learn to do more things than I know how to do. Well, I wanted to try and emulate that chap. Looks like one of the red jets coming past. Definitely.
BTS, Red Jet 7. Pushing height line, continue high speed please.
Red Jet 7 VHS, afternoon again, that's all copied and clear to proceed.
That's all copied, Chris. Thank you.
Yeah, it's got that wind 27.3 knots. Definitely picked up. I can hear it on the outside microphone. No, I was just about to say that's Chris on VTS on there. I sent him off a message the other day, see if he could arrange a visit of VTS offices and control station. And he's emailed his superiors to see, and we'll see what the outcome is. And Paul's been doing some research here. Ambience has 13 adapted cabins, and Ambition only has 2 apparently. And Renaissance, the fly cruise ship, has 12. That's asked some questions. I'm not sure about those other ships, but I think my understanding is that the ambassador ships are on the older side, probably not quite as good as the newer ships for limited availability and solo cabins. However, somebody made a good point to me, a disabled passenger. They really liked P&O's Iona, the big ship, mainly because they said lots of space around, lots of places to go, but also all the doors are automatic. You press a button, so you can actually get around the ship yourself without having to try and open a door. And I thought that was an excellent point, because not all ships have the automatic doors. See the wind still blowing around the bow there of it really is quite blowy out there, causing the spray whiz round the bow, head round the other side. Well, shipmate Athens Johansson. I'm assuming you're from
VTS, Will Freedom, over.
Scandinavia somewhere.
All freedom, VTS.
Will Freedom, Sleeping Empress, we're around the Town Quay for the evening, over.
All freedom, VTS. All copy, Paul. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, the ambassador ships are a bit older, come from different companies, as shipmate Dawn's pointing out. Also different names.
Spot in there, VTS.
That's us all done. Chris.
Spot in there, VTS. That's all copied. Thank you.
Thank you.
VTS, radio station, that's worse than it, in.
Good Osprey, VTS. All received. Thank you.
Paul from Love Cruise doing small research says, yes, unfortunately, the adapted cabins are not available for sole occupancy. Yeah, I've heard that on a few of the ships as well. I imagine they're not necessarily ideally suited, and so they want someone with the passenger to assist them. So there'll be no Ships TV tomorrow. Paul and I are off to Ambassador Ambition in Portsmouth. There is no ship TV on Thursday, no cruise ships in port on Thursday, but then Friday we have 3 ships on Friday. Borealis tomorrow, but I won't be here tomorrow. But 3 ships on Friday: the Queen Victoria, the Britannia. Both Queen Victoria and Britannia at 4 o'clock, and the Aurora at 5 o'clock. Which is a bit of a shame, because otherwise the Aurora would have gone past Britannia, and there may have been quite a bit of honking, but looks like the 2 46 berth and 38 39 berth, that's the southern end of the port, both leaving at 4 o'clock, and then from the upper end 106 berth Aurora leaving at 5. And then on Saturday, just Iona on Saturday at 5 o'clock. Move that a bit far. Aurora off on a 3-night cruise to Belgium, just like this one here, except this is for 2028. Gives you an idea on pricing. $299 for an inside, $379 for a balcony.
Bridget 6 BTS, that's all we see, thank you. The Aurora is just approaching Cadland, outward bound, clear channel. With Challenger, she's currently north channel, inward bound for the Empress.
I think the pilot said there were 1,940 passengers on board, 840 crew. That's pretty much a full complement of crew and somewhere between maximum double and maximum occupancy. So fairly full ship. We don't seem to have any ships leaving really quiet these days. I wonder, it's taken a few years, I think, for the numbers to return to their pre-pandemic high, but I think they have now. Well, shipmate Mike says, another awesome afternoon setting out to Southampton. Thanks, shipmate. Yeah, it has picked up. It was a bit dark and grey this morning, but it has picked up, become bright and sunny, although the wind has also picked up as well. I can hear it on the outside microphone blowing away out there. Visibility, 25 nautical miles. We can just about see the Isle of Wight, but it is a bit hazy. Now, the Aurora's off on this 3-night cruise to Belgium. Then in April, she's off on a further 19-day Central Mediterranean discovery. I quite like this itinerary. Slightly more unusual. 19 days, so a little longer than your average cruise. But this one will depart Southampton, calls in at Cartagena in Spain, and then Sardinia in Italy. Then over to Greece for Katakolon and Corfu Island. Then it heads up the other side of Italy to Croatia for Dubrovnik and Split. Back round to Catania in Sicily. One final stop in Gibraltar and then back to Port Southampton. So really good destinations there. I would definitely be inclined to get a balcony cabin because the Croatian coast is indeed very pretty. I know some of the smaller P&O ships are really fond favourites of many of the Solent Ships regular cruisers. They enjoy the smaller P&O vessels. And she does have some very interesting itineraries. A 24-day trip to the Caribbean in the beginning of November. Then on the 3rd of January, heads off on a 75-day round-trip America Caribbean discovery. Where does that go? Oh, I see. All over. Huh. Interesting. Wow, that's quite an interesting itinerary. Essentially the Caribbean islands and the bits of the states that are nearest to it. So Texas and Florida. And then, of course, some of the islands.
BTS, Red Eagle, shortly departing Cows.
Red Eagle, BTS, obviously, thank you. The Aurora is just approaching Ether now. Outward bound, clear channel. The Wick Challenger is north channel. She's inward bound for the Empress.
All copy, thank you. For information, we've got a blue light ambulance on board.
All copied, thank you.
Well, this should make Rena Clark. Blue light ambulance on board. It's quite amusing. Well, it's not really amusing, is it? Someone's in need. But I do find it slightly amusing when they come off the ferry with their blue lights on. I guess that's probably the quickest way to Southampton General Hospital. If you went across on one of the other crossings, the crossing might be quicker, but you'd have to go all the way around to get to Southampton General. In case you're wondering, I was actually quite impressed with this. I didn't. I'm not sure I've been on Aurora, but she has 19 bars and restaurants, 7 entertainment venues, 3 swimming pools, and 9 guest decks. A quick look at the restaurants aboard. They've got some specialty restaurants. The Beach House, which is flavours of Latin America and the Caribbean. Sindhu, which is the Indian British fusion dining, which I'm talking to people on one of the other ships. Very popular. I think they've put a few Sindhus now. It's one of the most popular options. And the Glass House, which is a tapas style restaurant. They're the specialty restaurants, so you may well experience a small additional charge for using those restaurants. But I'd say probably well worth it. It's not normally very much, and the food is excellent in the specialty restaurants. What's we got down there then? That looks like a little tug. Who's that then? Who's going round Cowshot's bit? Oh, that's Flatholm again. Surveying the shipping channels. To know what the survey vessel looks like, this is what she's been doing. Surveying up and down. She'll have sonar and all sorts of things on board, beaming back information, depth of the water, underwater hazards, any shipping containers that have fallen off. We haven't had any shipping containers fall off for a little while, but for a little period, I think before Christmas, we had several.
BTS, Red Jet 7. Good afternoon again. Shortly leaving Town Quay now.
Red Jet 7, BTS, afternoon again, Suresh. That's all copy, thank you. The Spartina's just approaching Town Quay, back for the Empress. Aurora is passing SO outward bound clear channel, and inbound traffic, the Wick Challenger is currently in the North Channel.
That's all copied, Chris. Many thanks.
Well, the shipmate, somewhere was it? Shipmate Svetlana Goldberg says, any horns? No horns this evening rather, from Aurora. Shipmate Lisa Sargent says they'll be on her next march to Norway. Oh, and Hans, Hans from, he's up there from Bergen, Norway, says, where is Aurora sailing to in Norway? Oh, when is she off to Norway? Next march to Norway. Let's have a quick look. Let's see if I can work out where she's off to in Norway. March, if it's a 12-day round trip to Norway, that'll be calling into Andalsnes in Norway, Bodo in Norway, Tromsø in Norway, and Haugesund in Norway. A couple of those are familiar, but I've not heard of Bodo before. Bodo, I've no idea. I'm sure Hans will correct my pronunciation on that one. He's very good, being of Norwegian extraction. There is a second one in cruise to Norway in March, and that calls in at Andalsnes, Alta, Tromsø, and Haugesund. The Solent net looking quite choppy compared to the water we've been seeing down at Southampton, in Southampton water and in port. The wind really getting the opportunity to whip it up. Lots of little white horses over there. Beach huts looking jolly, bright and colourful over there. Can't see anyone out on the beach enjoying the water. Can't say I'm surprised. Still pretty windy out there. Raymond Morris says they're doing a cruise to that in October next year. Shipmate Hans, he's giving us some information. Bodo is a city in the northern part of Norway. Yeah, it's right up there, isn't it? It's right up there. It's not far from... Norwegian geography is not brilliant. It's the big one that's up that way. That's the big one that's up that way. Bodo. There we go. Bodo. Oh. Very pretty coastline. Ah, okay. Just having a quick look at Sindhu. Talk about this is the specialty dining restaurant on board Aurora. This is Sindhu. That's the Indian experience restaurant. Looks fine to me. The buffet. What's the buffet look like? As one would expect, very much like a buffet. Plenty of dining options. Oh, I've never seen a buffet quite that quiet. No, shipmate Hans, as always, father, my little brother, and my little sister live in Alta. Oh, very popular. I've not been to Alta. What's the Medina restaurant like? Well, it definitely feels sort of Greeky Mediterranean, doesn't it?
BTS, the Aurora, that's the Lookout main channel to east.
Aurora, VTS, that's all copied, thank you.
Well, shipmate Package always asking where Aurora's off to. Aurora's off on a short cruise to Belgium, 3 nights, just like this one here. It's departing with 1,940 something passengers on board, 840 crew. So she's a reasonably full ship, somewhere between maximum and double occupancy. Shipmate Gareth says nothing more heartwarming than a cruise buffet. Oh, very true. Shipmate Spikes is the 3D view on the P&O website. Yes, it is. Yeah, you can explore them in 360. To be honest, I hadn't noticed it before. I've always been very impressed with the Fred Olsen. They've got some really good 3D pictures where you can get a good feel on it. Some of the cruise ships, I think, have very little information on their website at all. I almost think it's appalling. No information at all. Lots of information on how much to pay, how much the cruises cost, and where to get them, but very little information on, the actual just having a look on board the ship. But yeah, but I haven't noticed those before. But they've got a couple. Let's see if they've got any for the bars. That's the life on board cabins. Plans. No, can't see anything for the bars particularly. Card rooms. Silent disco. Yeah, it was in the restaurant sections of P&O's website for Aurora. Shipmate Mike Henson said a work colleague said that there are lots of fish going into the fields at the moment. Maybe orcas following up. Killer whales, the old killer whale. Do like killer whales.
BTS, Red Jet 6, approaching high line. Permission to carry on.
Red Jet 6 BTS, that's all copied and cleared to proceed. Thank
you.
Shipmate Spike. Shipmate Lisa Solent says there. My own passengers have reported orcas on the current cruise. Oh, excellent. You can see a lot of wildlife on the ship if you're lucky. Lucky Iona passenger, says Spike. Yeah, that's a lucky spot, that is.
Arrow VT.
Shipmate Pack Andrew says if you stream the 15th of May, family and friends are going to be
Arrow
on it.
VTS, all copied, thank you.
Let's see what I can do. What's that vessel? There's another vessel there going behind Aurora. Looks like with Challenger or something similar. With Challenger, yeah. He's a local bunkering vessel. He'll be heading up to port to fill someone up with fuel. Oh, Shipmate Tan says no, Aurora not on this trip. No, Aurora is just visiting Belgium on this trip. Where our next trip is an interesting one to the Mediterranean. The next time she's in the fields is June the 1st, and she's there for 14 days, calling in at Hogsund, Alton, Leknes Gravdal in Vestgogi Island, Trondheim, Aldernes and Stavanger. It's quite an interesting set of stops there. I think the Vestgogi Island is about as far north as you can get on a cruise ship when you do the fields. Doesn't look quite as windy as I thought it might have done. What is the wind? Oh, it's still pretty windy, 23 knots. And Aurora's just starting her turn, heading round.
DTS, the Wit Challenger, Hook Boy, inbound for the Empress.
Wit Challenger VTS, all received, thank you.
Red Eagle on our screens there, making our way around Bramblebank. Getting right in the way of our view of Aurora here. There's the Wit Challenger, right inside the screen, heading towards us, and the Aurora just going around cash shot speed. There's SP down there, right on the left, the small vessels left, the harbour patrol, making sure smaller vessels are out of the way. There's the red jet for a bit of added flavour. Aurora having a bit of a lean on. I think some of the older ships lean a lot more than the newer ships. Definitely hold on to your rum-based cocktails there.
Station calling Portsmouth pilots, channel 09, over.
Definitely a bit of a lean on. Should see some wind action, I think, slapping around the front of the vessel as she turns her head towards us. Well, shipmate Pack Andrew says, did I say there was a cruise going out to Portsmouth at 7? Yes, there is. It's the Ambassador Ambition. No, Ambassador Ambition. No, Ambassador Ambience. She is departing from Portsmouth at 7, so I probably won't. Well, I'll need to nip down to the Galash. I need to do some prep for my ship visit tomorrow, really. Lovely colours on the water in the sun and all the clouds. Shipmate Hans, who's up in there in Norway, he thinks with the right time in June, with a bit of luck, he might be able to take some pictures of Aurora in Andalsnes. Excellent. That'll be good, shipmate. I'm pretty sure you live near Bergen, so I'm not that familiar with your Norwegian geography. All I know is a lot of twiddly coastline. And it's a big country as well, long country. I looked at doing a motorcycle ride. And, we had to abandon the plans when I worked out that we'd be spending sort of a week getting to Norway and then probably 2 or 3 weeks riding up and down Norway and then another week home. So it'd be a 4 to 5 week trip, which was more than most people wanted to take off. So that plan was abandoned. Shipmate Sam the streamer is on RV at the moment, and we have seen turtles in the Mediterranean Sea today. Wow, turtles. Yep, certainly looking choppy out there. SP gives you scale, gives you an idea of the scale. When SP came across there, you could see her really bouncing around. Like I said, won't be covering anything tomorrow. I'll be down. Paul and I'll be down.
Which David? Yes.
Down in Portsmouth for the Ambassador Ambition tour and open day. I will, if I'm at the Spinnaker Tower when Ambition leaves. I'm wondering if I might try and live stream from the top of the Spinnaker Tower.
Which David? Yes, that's all copied. Thank you. The Aurora is currently on the West Ramble turn, outbound to the east. For information, cowshot gauge at this time is 3.85.
We'll see how that goes, if that's possible. But the next broadcast will be on Friday. No ships on Thursday.
HMM Helsinki VTS.
Oh, the HMM Helsinki. Haven't seen her for a while. Whereabouts is she looking? Large container ship. Oh, the HMM Helsinki is on her way to Nav Anchorage. Quite a long way away.
HMM Helsinki VTS, that's all copied, and can confirm pilot boarding time of 1830. Pilot boarding station Alpha. Maintain a good listening watch now, please. Channels 12 for VTS traffic, 09 for Southampton pilots, and the pilot launch will call you with instructions on channel 09, over.
Yep, so Friday will be the next broadcast, and that's going to be a good day. We've got 2 departing at 4 o'clock on Friday and 1 departing at 5 o'clock. I do like it when they're all closely packed together like that. Shipmate Margaret says the Navy Lark, yeah, left hand down a bit.
VTS, Red Eagle, hook in. Okay.
Red Eagle, VTS will receive, thank you.
Occasionally you get reruns of the Navy Lark on Radio 4. It is quite amusing. It's looking a tiny bit rusty down there near the anchor. I think she had a refit last year, if memory serves me correctly. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, 2025 she had a refit. That's at the outside, though. Obviously, all that sea, sun and surf does take its toll. Yeah, so that's Friday. Saturday, I own it on Saturday. Hang on, no, I own her and Sky Princess. Oh, 2 on Saturday. Sorry, yes, 2 on Saturday. I own her and Sky Princess. And just 1 on Sunday, Avia. Looking through the timetable. On the 30th, which I think it might be a Thursday. Or is it Wednesday? Thursday the 30th, so Thursday next week, we have Queen Mary 2 and Queen Anne in port. Queen Mary 2 at 106 berth, Queen Anne at Ocean Terminal 46 berth. So ideally, Queen Mary 2 normally goes first because, she always goes first. So if Queen Mary 2 does go first and goes past Queen Anne, there will be an amazing hoot and honk fest. Lots of horns, which should be fun to listen to. Fingers crossed that's the way it works out. Oh, a couple of shipmates up there by the Aurora side. Enjoying a lovely sunny view of the Isle of Wight. Well, I hope you enjoyed that one, shipmates. Which, like I said, we should be back Friday for 3 ships departures. If you haven't subscribed, please do think about subscribing. There we go. Got some waving going on. Marvellous. Doesn't cost a penny to subscribe. Helps the channel grow, and also lots of new shipmates find out about the channel. And if you are subscribed, many thanks for your support. And if you are a Patreon or a PayPal donor or a member of the channel, many thanks for your continued support. And of course, most of all, thanks to Blue Spanner crew for looking after the chat in this live stream and all the other live streams. So until next time, shipmates.
VTS, Redjet 6, departing Southampton, down to Coast, please.
Redjet 6 VTS, that's all. Copied and cleared to proceed, thank you. The Wick Challenger just approaching Greenland now. She's in for the Empress.
All copied.
BTS, Red Osprey, shortly departing Royal Beer for Cows, please.
Red Osprey, DTS, you have permission to depart Royal Pier at 1757. Traffic information with Challenger at Greenland inbound from the Empress Dock. And Red Eagle approaching fully deep inbound.
All copy, thank you.